Macht die Musik ist gut. Ah, hang in there. Ah, so. All this stuff's getting heavy. I'll dump what I don't need. Ah. Everyone's favorite journalist reporter, Amy Rose, is hot on the scoop. I'm heading out. You've been fabulously helpful. Already? Before you go, Espio and I wanted to give you your presents. My presents? You're both too sweet, thank you. Vector, it seems we have more guests. Amy, there you are. Oh, the detective pair needs help from the birthday girl. Ah, she knows everyone allowed to be sassy on their birthday. This tip is just too juicy to ignore. I'll see you all around. Don't worry, Sonic. I'll be the one to avenge you, and quick. But how are you gonna leave? The door to the next car is locked. Oh, you doubt the birthday girl? Ta-da! The birthday girl has a master key. Right. The birthday girl gets the birthday key. Of course, it's a birthday privilege. I'll solve this case before anyone else. Bye. Amy may be hasty, but she's thorough. Miss? Now, what are you two doing? Looking mighty suspicious, I say. I'm the detective, so I can't be the murderer. And I'm, Yeah, seid ihr mal hungry. Gründlich. Siehst du, deswegen kenne ich das nicht. Das Wort heißt gründlich. Oh, der Ciao. Super, ne? Starved. I'd kill for a chicken parmesan right about now. Maybe kill isn't the right language to use right now. I'm Vector, the butcher. I'm licensed to handle raw meat. And I'm Espio, the poet. Ah, poetry. A resonant message from poet to reader, meant to challenge our delicate perspectives with the most rhythmic of prose. Can I hear some? Sure. Teardrops in the spring. Can you hear me sing? La la la, di 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 di. Was that it? I have more if you like. Cherry blossom in the spring. Ah, I'm satisfied for now. Thanks. Espio ist im Canon ein Ninja. Das ist ziemlich cool. Ja, er hat irgendwas mit Ninjutsu vorhin gesagt. Ich erinnere mich. Espio, nicht Espion. Der hat sich Pokémon in meinen Kopf eingeschlichen. Das kleine Psyaner, das da irgendwo hinten hockt. In deinem Kortallappen gibt's das? Es gibt ein... Ach, keine Ahnung. Ich probiere es gar nicht erst. At least he's rhyming, I suppose. Dave and I are here to establish both of your alibis. Can you walk us through what happened after Amy had everyone leaving the dining car? Oh, sure, it's simple. We just explained this to Amy, actually. So, warte mal. Dining Car, Saloon. Ach so, und so gehen wir, aber warte mal. Warum ist Sonic hier und nicht da vorne? Das heißt ja, der Mörder muss ihn hierher gebracht haben. Durch alle anderen Zimmer. Oder er wurde direkt am Anfang getötet. Bevor er nach vorne gehen konnte. Natürlich, Shadow ist beim Piano. Er sitzt da ganz alleine im Dunkeln, mit einem einzigen Spot, der auf ihn scheint, aber ein bisschen schief, so leicht daneben. Und er spielt einfach auf seinem einsamen Piano im Dunkeln. Wenn das nicht sein Raum ist, dann bin ich sauer. When we were all sent off, Rouge, Blaze, wer ist denn Blaze schon wieder von euch? Blaze ist, keine Ahnung. Shadow and Sonic passed through the library car. Sonic ist aber durchgegangen, okay. Where Amy told me and Espio to stay. I promptly picked a book off the shelf and made myself comfortable. Vector got bored, so he left to see what Knuckles was up to in the saloon car. Yep. Where was Rouge? We happened to see her lipstick stain on a cup at the saloon car. Rouge came over to the library car, seemingly looking for something. Also, nee, genau. Then she went to search the saloon car. She came back shortly after. We hear her shout, "No way!" at the brochure. Bonjour Stand. Chameleon Ninja. Dave in the Spring, Letter D. Blaze ist die lila Katze. Das Ding da, ich weiß aber nicht, ich hab niemanden im Arcade-Raum. Nee, im Arcade-Raum? Achso, ach, da ist noch ein Arcade-Raum. Ah. She came back shortly after we had But she left back to the casino car. Ah, Casino. Before Shadow came through. Shadow. And locked the door. Kommt Shadow denn jetzt auf einmal her? Der ist... Wonder what she found. She's obviously been on the hunt for something. After Rouge left. Shadow walked through the casino car, then entered the library car and locked the door behind him. More importantly, why has Shadow been locking doors? Shadow walked through the library to the saloon car. Yeah, where Knuckles and I were playing games. He insisted on showing up. Hat man gewollt, ja? Ich versuche mal gerade wirklich zu merken, was wie jetzt wann passiert. Jetzt glaube ich, fängt das nämlich so langsam mal an. I got so engrossed by the rolling monkey action, I hardly noticed when Shadow left the saloon car. Wahrscheinlich war gar keiner der Mörder, und Sonic ist jetzt wirklich tot. Aber jeder denkt, es ist Teil von dem Stück hier in dem Zug. Aber eigentlich ist er wirklich gestürzt, hat sich den Kopf angeschlagen und ist tot jetzt. Und weil keiner ist momentan hier. Seine Leiche liegt ja jetzt eigentlich hier. Aber wie ist er überhaupt da hingekommen? Ist das? Mal gucken, mach was. So. I got so engrossed by the rolling monkey action, I hardly noticed when Shadow left the saloon car. Genau, zack. I guess he walked through the library car to the casino car again, locking the doors behind him. Then returned to the launch car, where he was meant to be stationed. When Vector came back, we realized Knuckles locked the door to the saloon car. We were stuck in the library car. Ah, hier ist gesperrt, da ist gesperrt. That's when the train sped up. Yeah, sped up. We were worried about the bookshelves falling on us. But we got through it alright. We sat trapped here until Amy arrived asking questions. She's the one that told us someone murdered Sonic. And yeah, that's all that happened. With all these locked doors, it seems Vector Espio couldn't have left the library car or the saloon car. Naja, sie könnten durch den Saloon immer noch in den ersten Wagen zurückgehen. Aber Sonic war da ja gar nicht. Also von daher... Thank you both for your cooperation. We're just gonna peek around and we'll return with any questions. If you return with any meat, I'll chop it for you. Also. And if you'd like to be serenaded with a poem, I got you covered too. Thanks guys. The alibi seems solid enough, but we should still search for clues. What we are looking for is any evidence that proves what they are saying is true. We need to confirm Vector's reason for leaving this poet and determine if Espio was actually in the library car reading. Gibt ja keine Aufzeichnungen hier, ne? A tall task, but we can do it. Let's get to the bottom of this tales. Absolutely! So, was kann man uns denn hier angucken? Bücher. Was ist denn dieses eine Buch? Gucken wir uns dieses eine Buch an. What's this bright red book? Oh, yuck! It reeks of the evil scientist Dr. Eggman. Yep, this is Dr. Eggman's autobiography and recipe book. What kind of recipes? Who cares? I wouldn't trust any book he's written. It's weird this is even here. Maybe people just appreciate an omelette. You may not be wrong. Ja, Dr. Eggman macht ein Omelette, natürlich. Wow, I wish I could stop and look at all these books, but Sonic needs me. No time to rest. Alright, let's move on then. Well, I mean, a little peek wouldn't hurt. He's scavenging through all of the book titles accidentally. He's like a kid in a candy shop. Or in this case, a genius in a train library. Now that's odd. I know some books have fallen out on the floor and everything, but every book on these shelves is in alphabetical order. But this one. The Mirage Express. It's the user guide to the Marriage Express, the train we're currently on. Do you think someone found it on the ground and put it back? Maybe, but it is interesting. Let's make a note of this. Marriage Express Manual is added to your inventory. Könnten wir vielleicht auch brauchen. Oh Gott, so viel zu lesen in dem Spiel. Eine dumme Idee. Ah, guck mal, jetzt kann ich das nicht mehr. Lass mal mit dir reden. Dein Poem? How about a poem about trains? Locomotive in motion. I think I lost my lotion. The window shows the ocean. Oh wait, there's my lotion. Thanks. I actually really like that one. Huh? Can I take your order? I have a poem about this. My daft stomach babbled, though I ignored the grumbling tummy. Or the eggs I received are scrambled when I asked for my eggs sunny. Oh wow, we don't serve any eggs on the train though. My talent is wasted on you a lot. Ja. A globe of our marvelous planet. Guck mal. Ist der jetzt canon accurate? Ist die Frage. I haven't traveled around much. The islands are fun and all, but I'd love to visit some of the countries. They're a lot of fun, honestly. Plenty of wonderful people and shops. The food can be beat either. Ah, sounds perfect for vacation. The conductor was talking about Spagonia. Ist Spagonia eine echte Location im Sonic Universe, Milchi? Kennt man das? Oder haben sie das jetzt erfunden dafür? If you've ever been there. I have actually. If you're ever visiting, be sure to stop at the university and say hi to Professor Pickle. Professor Pickle, der ist anscheinend da. Wer ist Professor Pickle? He'll tell you everything about the area and makes one scrumptious sandwich. Oh, I'll keep that in mind. Thanks. This group knows everyone and has been everywhere, haven't they? Müll. Something's always hidden in the trash. Let's check. I hate to say it, but there's nothing here. Ah, I really thought there'd be something there. Dave, are you sad? Sad there's nothing in the trash bin? No, I'm alright. Yeah, sure. I'm sure there will be something hidden in the next trash bin we find. You really think so? Yeah, we just gotta stay optimistic. Yeah, okay. These trash bins hide a secret, I'm sure of it. Dave, you're pretty unconventional, but I like that. But was that supposed to be a compliment? Tails mag mich! Adam. Oh, poor thing. That arm is really struggling cleaning up this car. To be fair, I wouldn't want to clean up all this mess either. Let's just leave it alone to do its things. Yeah, probably for the best. So, hang in there! A chow hangs precariously from a tree branch. The large text below reads, "Hang in there." Wow, I really needed to see this. This little Chow's hanging there, refusing to use his wings to fly to safety because choosing the hard way is often the most rewarding. That's beautiful. Er hat Flügel, könnte also wegfliegen. Wusste ich nicht mal. If this Chow can stick to his principles and find strength, then I can too. There's no way there was that much thought put into this poster, right? Tür ist wahrscheinlich wieder abgesperrt. Shadow supposedly walked through the library car before going into the saloon. When Shadow left the library car, he locked this door. Von innen. Er hat von innen, ja, diese Art kann man von der anderen Seite nämlich aufsperren. Diese Schlossart, natürlich. He locked this door on his way out. There's gotta be a reason he's doing this. Should we make a note of it? Oder kann Shadow durch Wände gehen? Yeah, I don't believe we should. Shadow's a lock. Okay. Guck mal, das war sogar wirklich wichtig. Vorher nur noch das und er. Ah, ja. Chow's Cola. Check our book club. Book of the Month. Ja, Book of the Month. Did you bring me any meat to chop? Maybe a butcher? But they confiscated my meat cleaver before getting on the train. You actually tried to bring a knife on the train? I'm a man of authenticity tales. Without a knife, I'm just a chef in a ketchup-stained prawn, not a butcher. I think if you had a knife on you, we'd definitely think you were the murderer. But what if I hit the knife? You know, I'm not the biggest fan of this line of thought. So, talk. Also, das hatten wir schon. Ja. Bla 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 bla. Oh yes, please, I'm starved. Actually, I'm off duty at the moment. The murder mystery is more important. Oh, then why would you show the menu? Why would you show the menu to me? Come on, Dave. Weggeklickt. And then I thought I could trust you. You've made a fool of me. Look, Dave, you've made him a fool. Come on, Dave. Jetzt muss es aber. No, I'm the fool. Yeah. Warum bin ich jetzt der Fool? Verdammt. This most things over. But at what cost? Ich habe einen Fool aus mir gemacht. Schön. Books. So many books on the ground. I wish we had the time to pick them all up. I sadly have no interest in picking up these books. A lot of these were knocked out by the train speeding up. Baruch pulled a lot of these out to searching for something. Oh, what reckless behavior. I feel sorry for those poor books. The spines are creasing. They are opening too far. Also, this kid feels empathy for everything. But for books. Oh, brochures. Broschüren. There are travel destination ideas here, like amusement parks, caverns, hotels, restaurants. Oh! Is there Raum here? Yeah. Dave, look at this. There's a couple maps here. This seems to be a map of the library car. Books are categorized by genre, which are listed here. I love a good overhead map. Let's take it. Library map is added to your inventory. We should take this brochure about the cave. The cave? Was? We should take this brochure about a cave too. Also, about a cave. Look, there's stalactites. Nah, leave it. Yeah, that's fair. Now we shared my fondness for caves. I think we found enough clues. Echt? Haben wir? Actually, mir sagt das alles nichts gerade. Let's go interrogate. Ja. Und was ist das? Also. Aber speichern zwischendurch. Nicht, dass es crasht oder so. Wird traurig. So, wir haben... Ja. Exhausting Manual of the Marriage Express. Many features. Capabilities. Ja. So. Warte. Wir stehen ungefähr hier. Da. Okay. Haben wir wirklich alles gefunden? Ich habe gar keine Ahnung. So. Interrogation. So, the two of you don't believe us, huh? It's not that I don't trust either of you. But I wouldn't be a proper detective without examining the validity of your alibis. Dave and I are here to confirm two things. Why Vector left to go play games with Knuckles, and if SB really was reading in the library car. Vector, we'll start with you. Why did you leave the library car? To visit Knuckles. We are prepared to present evidence if need. Oh, that's easy. I got bored. What? I wasn't entertaining him enough. It seems Vector enjoys being social. Plus, we were instructed to mingle. I remembered the arcade machine in the saloon car, so I figured I'd go check it out. This seems to line up with the information we gathered with Knuckles. Then that brings our attention to you, Espio. Rouge entered the library car, found something, then left. You said you immediately started reading, but were you actually reading? The entire time you were in the library car. Of course he was. Du warst doch nicht da. Once Espio starts reading, he doesn't stop till it's done. I've seen it happen. It must have been a good read. What was the book? Espio doesn't owe you that, detective. Let the man live. What if it was embarrassing? What kind of things do you think I read? If you won't talk, I have a hunch on what the book might be. Dave, could you help me out? Alright, Dave. What book do we think Espio may have been reading? Die Speisekarte. Ja, wir haben ja nur ein Book. This one. A manual? You think Espio was reading instructions? What argument could you possibly have to support this? Minigame! Oh God. Was ist das? Hey. Von 40, guck mal. This game. There are books scattered around the floor, sure, but the remaining books on the shelves were all in alphabetical order. All except this manual. Meaning someone, at the very least, picked the manual up and put it back into the incorrect place. This lack of attention to detail isn't normally like you, Espio. Now, I won't have you insulting my pal like that. Calm down, Vector. I know you mean well, but I can handle myself. Apologies, Espio. A butcher and a poet. Friendship can form anywhere. That is indeed the book I was reading. The Mirage Express Manual. Trains are cool. In that case, we'd like to ask you a few questions about the manual. Dave, if you don't mind. Could you ask Espio some questions about the manual? Just flip to the page and ask away. Oh, I see. Quiz Espio about the manual to prove he read it. Which page should I quiz him on? Page 97. Okay, what efficient and extremely accurate technology was installed to assist in keeping the trains spotless? Robotic arms. During events, they can perform a variety of tasks and are responsible for cleaning up trash and messes afterwards. I remember the conductor saying the train can clean itself. Though I have a feeling the train company just didn't want to hire any janitors. The robotic arms also can detect weapons or explosives being brought onto the train, ensuring passenger safety. Seems like Espio exceed that question. Dave, hit him with another one. Okay. Nehmen wir jetzt 131. What is the Mirage Express's cancellation policy? No refunds and you'll be charged a no-show fee. This doesn't apply if you're over the age of 65. Gee, the person who made this rule must have been over 65. Last one, Dave. Let's see if Espio can go 3 for 3. Gotcha. Which page? Wir nehmen 402. Schön die hinteren, damit er auch weit gelesen hat. Ne? What was implemented to support the conductor duties and ease general train obligations? An intelligent data processing system. It works in tandem with the conductor to assure smooth travel for the guests. I remember this. The train has an autopilot, but it can access its full suite for capabilities without the conductors present. Now, did I pass your little test? Ja, doch, Hannah. Totally. It's wild you were able to retain all this information so quickly. A poet's brain is often surprising. I don't know if we're bragging about that. You've clearly read the manual. Those answers feel far too specific to be guessed. And you both had the nerve to question my body like that. I don't want to be the important folks who did. You have to admit though, reading the entire time a murder occurred does sound a bit suspicious, even if true. But he answered all my questions so calmly. That's very impressive. No, I understand everyone's cautious attitudes. Vector was the only one to see me reading after all. My alibi is hard to substantiate. Was? Substantiate. Despite being the truth. Well, you definitely read through the manual, so I suppose we call Espio is the true. Vector was the only one to see your reading. Yes, that's correct. Problem? Frankly, I don't believe that can be true. And we have evidence to back it up. Dave? He always puts me on the spot. Okay, Dave, think. We should have a piece of evidence linked to someone who also saw Espio reading, but what? Ja, Shadow muss ja hier durchgekommen sein. Shadow's a lock? Please, pray tell, what this has to do with anything. We're up, Dave. Let's get our argument together. Ja. Unser Argument! Lass mal Dinge sammeln dafür. Oh, ja, das war dumm. God damn it. Shadow walked through the library car to get to the saloon car, where he set the original high score on the arcade machine. Yeah, but I ended up beating it. It wasn't the highest score long. Crocs are natural gamers. Espio said he saw Shadow enter the library car, but he's mentioned nothing about Shadow's return. He only mentions that Vector came back. When Shadow left Knuckles and Vector in the saloon car, Espio was fully seated reading his book for a good while at this point. We know Shadow had to walk back through the library car when he left the saloon car. So there's absolutely no way Shadow and Espio didn't notice one another on Shadow's return trip. I mean, it was a simple slip-up. I was just fully immersed in my book that I didn't notice Shadow. You are telling me the sound of doors opening and locking wouldn't have caused you to look up? Well, you see, I can sense Espio's desperation here. Defending the argument that he was reading the entire time isn't easy. So, if you didn't see Shadow returning from the saloon car to lock all the doors, then at that moment, were you really in the library car at all? But how would Espio leave? Shadow locked all the doors, and no one saw Espio in the saloon car. It's a mystery, my dear Dave. One that I would love for Espio to solve. You gotta believe me. Trust me, bro. That cool Himino is vanishing. I was so involved in my book I didn't notice Shadow pass back through the library car, honest. When Vector returned, he even had to tap me on the shoulder to get my attention. Yeah, I think I remember doing that. I must avenge my friend's death, so I'll ask you again, Espio. If you weren't there for Shadow to see you reading, then how did you leave the library car? I wasn't. I didn't. Why doesn't this seem right to me? Tails definitely feels like he's on something, but I don't see it. Was Espio simply sitting reading, or did he somehow vanish to not notice Shadow return to the library car? What should I do? Ich bin da jetzt gerade eher auf Tails Seite, to be honest. Weil er ist ja ein bisschen nervös geworden, also... No, I can't interrupt Tails while he's onto something. I let him continue his line of questions questioning and... Dave, my favorite and beloved employee, please protect the passengers aboard this train. They must be taken care of. If you fail the laws, it will be torturous. Don't allow such an old, fabled soul to get sued. Okay, die Änderungen werden immer spannender, die wir haben. I have to make sure our guests are taken care of. I have to speak up. Tails. We have a piece of evidence that can answer all of our problems. Alright, my fellow associate. Lay it to me. What piece of evidence shows Shows Shadow and SB couldn't have seen one. Die Karte. Der war irgendwie in einem Blindspot. Alright. Now let's get my thoughts in order. Oh nein. Oh, ich will das dann nicht immer machen. Das ist das Schlimmste. Das ist actually ein funny game. Aber der Part nervt mich. Scheiße, genau falsch entschieden. Nein! Mist. The library map? Oh, I see! See the exits? They're right across from one another. A straight pass. If Shadow walked down this straight pass, there's a way SP and Shadow couldn't have seen one another. Looks like you'll have to point out where exactly in the map you mean. Where could SP have been for Shadow not to see him? Was ist das? Ist das ein Regal? Ja, hier vielleicht. Hier nur da. Interesting. That's where I was sitting reading my book. I can second this. When I returned from the saloon car, SP was in the same spot. That confirms it then. You see, Shadow and SP couldn't have seen one another from the spot, because a bookcase is in the way. There's no way Shadow could have seen SP, or vice versa. It makes a lot of sense why you never mentioned Shadow's return, SP. There's just no way you would have seen him. I apologize for losing my cool back there. I feel like I was grasping despite telling the truth. Ja, ich traue dir trotzdem noch nicht. Warum lässt diesen Horn? Du hast wahrscheinlich Sonic einfach umarmt und dein Horn in sein Herz gestochen. Und dann noch schnell abgeputzt. Irgendwie so. Nee. But I'm glad you all believe me now. Ich nicht. Yellowby isn't the most airtight, but I have no further points. Thank you both for answering all our questions. We did it. Another pair of alibis validated. Woo! Too many locked doors to worry about, but I'm glad everything straightened itself out in the end. Well, I'm exhausted. I'm gonna crash here for a bit. These chairs are so comfy. Likewise, I could use a breather. Sadly, our work isn't done. I have plenty of questions for Rouge and especially Shadow. Oh, it seems the door to the next car is open. Amy must have kept it open when she passes through earlier. Then that's our cue to leave. Mist. Schnell geklickt. Give him heck, and if you need any meat chopped up, say the word. I'll keep my poetry sharp for you both. A murderer is on the loose. While doors keep getting locked, tick tick tock goes the clock. While our heroes are in the caboose. At this point, I'm feeling pretty confident in our detective abilities. We are really doing this. Come on, Dave. Let's see what's next. Coming! Yes? Are you sure you don't want to stay and look at all these great books a bit longer? The mystery calls. Okay, the investigation continues. Weil Details ist wirklich da bleiben und Bücher lesen. Fucking Nerd.